is Haseeb Ahmed. Over the last 10 years, I've developed an artistic practice that is heavily invested in creating transdisciplinary collaborations between the sciences, engineering, humanities, the arts. I've been working a lot with fluid dynamics related to wind and air, but in this case I'm working with water. For me, what became important is to really emphasize this idea that water itself is a kind of closed loop. It's a system that really ties us all together. And that's especially important when we think about it in terms of pharmaceutical pollution. So what I really would like to do is to speak about the kind of social desire that we have that initiates the social investment into certain pharmaceutical development. For example, contraceptives offer the unprecedented amounts of freedom, especially for women in relation to reproductive rights. But at the same time, they're having this inadvertent effect of creating a society of female fish, let's say. And for me, what's very interesting too is like, well, how does that also play into certain mythological narratives? And so in both of the artworks which I'm presenting, I'm drawing from mythology and historical stories in order to help us better understand the present or create a narrative for the present. I think that what was really interesting is that this is a extremely important topic that we are largely unaware of. It was an opportunity to really address this. It was also an opportunity to work closely with experts who are specialists in both pharmaceuticals and water treatment. And for me, it's important that the artwork is not only describing the issues, the artwork actually contains the actual phenomena itself. So in the artworks, there are actual pharmaceuticals in the water. There are filtration processes being implemented. There's an attempt to build a metaphor to address this complex problem from the ground up. Normally when we ingest pharmaceuticals, medication, it's a very personal act. And so we never really think about the cumulative effect of the decisions that each of us are making in relationship with pharmaceuticals. I think that what might happen is that there's a new sensitivity that is created around our relationship to our own bodies, our relationship to water itself. And it's a question about prioritization between ourselves and the world that we inhabit, knowing that, well, we are also part of this world. So how do our individual choices then affect it, let's say. So I hope that that's something that people take away from the work. I mean, I feel like I could keep on working on this topic for the next 10 years or more. I would say quite a long time. And I think the question just becomes more and more intense, which I experienced this summer as we had the worst drought in 700 years, which also concentrated the amount of pollutants, especially pharmaceutical pollutants in water. So we know that water scarcity will continue to become a much more critical concern. And it's something that motivates me to continue to work on these pieces.